I still wouldn't fly a Type 9 even with the buff.
So here's a question about beta. On the I just forgot. It was going to be a question about the Chieftain, but never mind. Go ahead.
The Chieftain, I don't think that's in the beta.
It is.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
It is. Yep.
I hear it flies incredibly well.
It rolls, pitches, and yaws like crazy fast, but the thrusters on it are actually not that good.
I hear it's like actually is more maneuverable than an Eagle.
It is. For me, it is. I mean, this thing handles like mad.
Yeah, in Super Cruise, it's awesome.
Also not in Super Cruise. I fully decked it out with all 8 types, and it's so fast.
It's basically the ship between a Federal assault ship and a Federal gunship.
Well, it's way more maneuverable in pitch, yaw, and roll than a FAS.
Yeah.
Or even a Cobra.
Oh yeah. And yeah, for the Alliance, that's basically its shtick.
I also like the way it sounds.
I hear that the engine note is particularly nice.
Yes, it is. And the boost as well.
Hold on.
It feels like you're in one of those Fast and Furious car which use nitrous.
I quite like the engine note on the Condor, actually.
Wow, through the star. That was awesome.
That's not even supposed to happen anymore.
Yeah,
Love the engine note on the Corvette.
Was
Not
it
so much the
binary?
boost sound, but the engine note's lush.
I've never flown a Corvette, and it'll be a while until I'm able to.
Can you get one in the beta?
I
Yes.
don't know. Can you?
I'm kind of puzzled by the Corvette because it's like the hull's 900 tons compared to 400 for the Condor. Same thrusters and stuff, and it handles better than it's got any right to. It's the future of the big ships.
If you look at the nose of the Corvette, it's very much thinner, and if you put thrusters on the end of that nose, it's going to flip around like nobody's business, and that's exactly what it does.
Even though it weighs 500 more tons.
Yep.
Well, you put the center of mass on either end of that long armature that they have, and then you flip it from the other end, you're going to move around quite quick.
I mean, well, I've got the same thrusters. They're both 7As. Is it? What is it? Is it the angle?
It's thruster placement on the ships themselves.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's basically sort of, was it Newton who did the lever stuff? No, that was Gravity. Whoever did that levery malarkey, Aristotle maybe. It's basically that. Because you've got better pivot placement, it can turn itself around faster.
Okay,
Right, so perhaps the Anacondas is more off-center, aft or rear, perhaps.
They do the same on big ships and cruise ships. They have a propeller in the front part of the ship as well.
You're very faint, whoever just spoke then.
That would be me. Am I?
Yeah. I can hear that you're talking, but I can't really make out what you're saying.
You can increase the local volume per user.
Oh, can I? Yeah, because all the other guys are okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Everybody's set at 50%. You go to the right click on the name, then you can boost it up
click on his name.
Can anyone else hear me clearly now, or?
I mean, I can
hear you. I hear you clearly. It's just not. It's not loud. It's not as loud as everybody else. But yeah, I can hear you.
I mean, my Turtle Beach kind of, has some modifications. So.
Thanks for the tip. Yeah, I've turned 6-shooter up. I can kind of hear him pretty decent now.
Alright, cool. I forgot what I said though. Oh yeah, some cruise ships have a propeller in the front of the ship so they can actually turn around faster. Or like, it's easier with mooring. So yeah. I mean, if ships in Elite would have that, that will make me very happy.
Here's a question then. How come my Orca is so manoeuvrable? Because the thrusters, like the retro thrusters, instead of pointing straight forward, they sort of point out at a kind of spazzy angle.
It is significantly lighter.
It used to be heavier, but now they've made it pretty light, so you can jump further and everything.
The Orca for a large ship is really quick. I thoroughly enjoy flying that one. It's also a surprisingly potent combat vessel because it's so ridiculously good at ramming.
Well, that's when it had the mast. They took out the mast though, so I don't think it does that anymore.
It's in its internals. If you just load it with the strongest shields you can fit on it and everything hull reinforcement, it becomes a very effective projectile.
Okay, guys, pray for me. This is the first neutron jump I've done in a long time.
Fingers crossed.
We'll kill a chicken for you.
I've actually never done a neutron. I've done white dwarfs a couple of times, but never done a neutron yet. Scared.
Actually, neutrons are much easier than white dwarfs. You don't have such a large exclusion zone to avoid.
I've never seen a white dwarf.
Well, the exclusion zone's about the same size. It's because the jet cones on a white dwarf are much smaller.
I think the exclusion zone on a white dwarf is much larger than a neutron star. You can actually see them.
Okay, this is actually
as
really
you walk
scary. This is a really spinny pulsar.
Oh, you should be fine then.
You should be fine.
It'll
charge faster.
Death.
Just stay more than 0.5 light seconds away.
Oh, since I've got lots of people here, is there anybody who knows quite a bit about heat?
Which way? What application?
Heat happens.
Yeah, heat happens. I'm talking about, like, for cooling your ship, is it better to put more pips into the system that you want to cool, or is it better to balance your pips, or...
Keep your weapon capacitor.
Yeah, keep your weapon capacitor charged.
Even if you've not got any weapons fitted?
Even if you have no weapons fitted.
Well, shields, if you're traveling with shields, I know that does take a lot of heat whenever they're regenerating. That'll produce heat.
Well, yeah, and actually if they have a grade A power plant, you don't have that problem so much.
Yes. The grade of your modules contributes to your heat efficiency.
Guys, I just did it. I just did it. Earth-like world. Finally, first one.
Congratulations.
Wow, it's been so long. Why?
Is that a first discovery, or you just found one?
Yeah, first discovery. I mean, I've seen plenty of Earth-like worlds on the way.
Oh yeah, I've
find many more.
Found dozens of Earth-like worlds that have already been discovered. It was yesterday I found my first, and I've been playing this game for
Okay, so could somebody update me on how to do a neutron jump again? Because I am pretty scared.
There's a guide. There's a guide somewhere on the internet. I know everybody looks at.
Target for the 2/3 part of the cone, and slightly parallel with the cone, and very low speed go in. And when you are in the cone, it starts to shake you. So in that case, just throttle back, wait for the overcharge, and after that throttle up and go out from the cone. And it's very easy.
Yeah, the one thing I would add to that is target the star and don't get within 0.5 light seconds of that star. Okay, of the neutron.
Look at my Discord. Look at the Discord, and I have posted the actual MagSac thing.
Oh, you beat me to it.
It's actually not so hard that you have to go read up on it. Just 0.5 away from it, go into the stream, and try to go in so that you're facing away from it. So go in at a sharp angle to the stream, almost parallel to it. And then once you get in there, throttle down to 0. You'll get bumped around, and then once you get the charge, go to max, and then surf your way out of it. That's all it is. It's kind of like surfing on a wave.
Yeah, except you want to be in the wave and not on it. and you have to keep in it, and that's the wobbling it does.
And that's why you shut your thrusters down.
It's easier to stay in it when to stabilize when you're not going for
sorry, Asticon. Sorry to go back to 5 minutes ago. I'm okay with like how to fit my ship to be good with heat, but specifically the power pip distribution to be best for.
Pray for me, guys. I'm about to enter it.
I have my fingers crossed.
R.I.P.
We're all excited.
It's full of nice knowing you.
Shoot on
I want to know how this ends.
What were you saying?
Oh my god! Get out! Get out! Get out! Go! 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 Go!
Wow, that is something.
Basically, what I was saying was, I've got like low emissions at A rate. You know, I know how to fit my ship for heat, but it was specifically like, is there a better power? Is it better balance your power distributor, or have it all in weapons, engines, or shields? Or
honestly, I do not know.
Okay.
I don't think power distribution affects heat generation except during weapon use.
No.
Yeah, that's what was making me think, because like when your weapon capacity gets really low, you pick up heat quicker than when it's full, don't you? And I was wondering if that would be the same with shields or engines in Super Cruise around the star or anything like that.
If you have your weapon capacitor at low, no matter whether you have weapons or not, you're going to generate heat, and it's going to be worse. If you have it fully charged, that's all you need to have. It's fully charged. You're fine.
Okay, so if I have it fully charged but with no pips in it, I'm good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Just get a Diamondback Explorer, then you don't have to care about
heat. Yes!
I've got one.
You never have to care about heat. I could put like a 50% extra heat power plant in that, and it's still cool.
It's I've got a DBX as one of my combat vessels. I use it for rail gunning.
That's good.
Actually, the Type 10. The Type 10 is pretty
rails
close.
Really well. Also, the cheapest ship you can get with a large hardpoint.
And then the Chieftain is actually somehow hotter, even though it's the same people that make it. I don't understand that.
The Diamondback is in a league of its own for heat management. I think it's that particular chassis rather than the particular manufacturer.
Yeah, I've got a few modded power plants that I swap between ships, and I had noticed that the same power plant can have different heat properties on different hulls. And I agree, the Diamondback definitely seems to be one of the best.
It is the best.
Yeah, it's the best in the game.
I've got a crazy. It's not a god roll because it's only a level 1, but I've got a level 1 overcharged on it that got 10% power bonus and 7.7% heat bonus, which should be a penalty.
A heat reduction, yeah, that happens with grade 1 sometimes.
Yeah, because the maximum you can get on the roll is 0%, so it stays stock, and then if you get the secondary, that's when it rolls over. But normally on my other ships where I got it, it's 1 or 2%, but on this one it's 7.7.
The really great thing is that particular roll only costs a single sulfur. So you can load up on sulfur super easily and then just go nuts for a really good roll.
It is sulfur, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I did. I went to Ice World, my home system Zihi, and it happens to have... It was fair. I searched on EDDB, and it was up there with systems like 12,000 light years away, so I went and... I think I took 100 sulfur.
And then sometimes you get, like I rolled in my Type 10, I got a 55% optimal mass roll on my grade 5 FSD on the first try. And I'm like, yep, straight in, fuck it, it's going in. I don't care about the secondaries and the negatives and the ridiculous...
That's about as lucky as you can get on that.
Yeah, that was properly good. I was really happy with that, and I was incredibly sad I couldn't put it on my Anaconda.
I got my first 55%. I've done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rolls on frameshift drives, and I got my first 55%, which was on a Class 6 V Anaconda, and it got 3.4% max fuel.
That's kind of what I did too, yeah.
A fairly shitty mass penalty, which I guess you expect.
Mm-hmm. That actually doesn't matter so much if you get both of those others. I mean,
well, for the Anaconda, if you go 20% of the actual module mass, that's equal to 1% of the optimized mass.
Yeah, well, the thing is it's actually, although it's headline figure, it's got the best optimal multiplier. It's or optimal mass. Sorry, I've got a 54.9, which has got 3.7% fuel and a less bad mass penalty, and that actually goes further. I've checked it out. So
yeah, I've got on the Anaconda, I've got one module that's a FSD that's 53.4, I think, increase optimal mass, but the weight reduction, the weight increase, sorry, is 19.2%, which is impossible, pretty much.
My best ones are high 20s. You do it really well there.
I've never bothered rolling more than twice on grade 5 FSDs, and I seem to get reasonable results.
One thing it could just be complete coincidence RNG, but my 2 or 3 best frameshift drives are all from Elvira. I used to go to Felicity all the time, but
I go to Feliz purely because she is easier to reach.
Well, Elvira is kind of close to Dav's Hope, I think. Isn't it like 200 light years or something?
Don't know. I've never been there.
It's a little further than that, I think. She's in that direction, certainly.
Wait, I wonder if it's possible to do a neutron boost in a Sidewinder without, like a purely stock Sidewinder without, dying.
Yes, it's possible.
Yeah.
Every ship is possible to do a neutron boost.
It usually only gives you like a couple of percent module damage, assuming you don't fuck it up.
Actually, I think it's if you are doing correctly and you are not close to the exclusion zone, and you are just overcharging, and you can leave the cone, you have only 1% FSD damage.
Yeah, it just depends on how long you're in the cone.
I didn't not see any damage in most of my neutron jumps. Don't damage anything.
You will see at least 1% damage for every one that you do.
I heard
that's pretty standard.
Unless you've got a really hardened FSD somehow.
No, I mean, I don't know, but with my ships, say if I do a neutron jump, only FSD has damage. Sometimes the power plant a little bit.
I read, no, I didn't read it. I heard it on a stream. Greytest, the guy who organised this expedition, he was saying that he knows some people who'd worked out a technique where they can go into the neutron jet, charge their FSD, stay in the jet, hit the jump, and after the jump's charging and it's taken the fuel, they charge it again before
they fixed that.
Charge.
Yeah,
did they? Oh,
yeah. And it was you actually got out of the stream first, and then lined up your next jump, and then put the stream between you and your next jump, and
yeah, I never put it into practice myself.
That was so wonderful. I wish they'd put that back. That was really nice.
Yeah, it's very hard that you need to learn to timing your jumping, but because during the jump you are overcharging again.
Yes. Yeah.
So they removed that possibility.
Sounds very.
Yeah, I've heard they've fixed it. I've even tried it, and I'm not able to do it anymore. So.
When you did it before, were you able to do it routinely, or was it like a kind of, loads of goes?
It was. I mean, 75% of the time you'd be able to get away with it. It just depends on how you lined up on your target, and how thick the stream was. How wide it was. You really can't do it on the thin ones so much. Sometimes you were able to, but most of the time you weren't. And if you had everything right and you had your timing correct, when you hit your full thrusters as you entered the stream, you would get a charge before you left the stream, and while you're going on a countdown.
That'd be pretty sweet. Like 300 light years in 2 jumps, or more if you've got a good ship.
No, you still get the same jump that you had, but you get another one on the other side. So when you get to
that's what I meant. 250 light year jumps on the bounce. Yeah.
So I would get a 250 light year jump and another one on the next wherever I landed without having to go to another star. So that's 500 light years in 2 jumps. From
wow, what's the base range to get that? That must be sort of into the 60s already.
My base range is 62.5 right now.
What? Good lord! How many double staff are you carrying to get a range that good?
Well, I've got fuel limpets and stuff like that, but I could actually get it up to 65 if I dump some of my cargo.
Crikey.
You just left your porcelain toilet at home, didn't you?
I did leave the porcelain toilet at home, and it's tin can now, so it's sometimes uncomfortable, cuts into my ass and all of that, but
in order to max up my jump range, I had to leave the power plant behind. It's run on pure recycled energy. Go away.
I've just found a system with 2 water worlds in it. I am pretty okay with this.
I found a system that's already been discovered, but I believe it does have a water world.
Yeah, I'll just link my Explorer Conda into chat. Don't know what you think of it.
Is it Explorer Conda or a Jumper Conda?
It's Explorer Conda because it's boost and it's got the kind of the bells and whistles that I want. The only thing it really doesn't have for an exploration ship that I've seen a lot of other people bring is a fighter bay.
Oh yeah, I see.
And fighter bays. The fuel tanks are deliberate. I wanted 5 jumps with my max fuel bonus, so I've added the weird fuel tanks in there on purpose.
I was told to get the most out of my.
I want to have some more jumps before I have to refuel.
And I got an absolutely bonkers mass bonus. Well, it's still a penalty, but on the detailed surface scanner, it's like a ton lighter than usual for the mod I did on it.
Hey, I was told that downgrade on my ASP from a 32-ton fuel tank to a 16-ton.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yeah, I'd do that. Well, in fact, I have done that on my ASP.
You figure
the fuel tank is actually pretty irrelevant when it comes to usability and flying around and exploring. It's the ratio of your fuel scoop to your frameshift drive that's important. The tank's pretty much irrelevant.
Hey, I found a water world.
And I actually think of it as a different way myself. You don't need more than 3 jumps to get anywhere before you scoop, so...
yeah, I just went for 5 to have a couple in the bag, safety.
Yeah, but those 2 extra jumps cut your range down, and I just can't see wasting the baggage.
Click my link and see if you think with the tanks it's short on range.
Yeah, but for me, seeing more systems is more scan data, is more money, is more exploration. I mean,
take an FDL out. It's the unmodded FDL.
Take an unmodded Sidewinder out, stock, complete with the 2E FSD.
I still want to have a lot of stuff with me, so I have an Anaconda, which has quite a good jump range by itself, and then I can stock it fully with all the stuff I want to have, not worry about fuel or scooping.
I agree with all of that. The reason I went with not too much stuff and as much jump range as possible was more for... I'm intending when I go to Beagle Point to take that build. I brought the Orca for this because jump range isn't really an issue on this kind of run, and I agree with you, but when you get out to the gaps and you want to get across, it's less jumponium you need and stuff like that.
Orca is actually pretty good jumping distance.
Yeah, but it's not as good as my Conda, and I can't bring the AFMs, which is, again, fine here because there's lots of stations around.
So taking those extra tanks and going down to a 16-ton tank, you get a 65.7 standard jump range.
Yeah, but then I wouldn't have my 5 tons in the bag. I think you're probably right though. Hang on.
Where do you think you guys spend a majority of your time? In Super Cruise or in standard flight?
I spend most of my time in SRV.
Oh well, yeah,
that's what I'm doing during exploration. Super Cruise by far and away.
Have you heard about how this one guy got out of the a planet's atmosphere in an SRV?
Yeah, they climbed Mount Everest.
In fact, one of those was Great Test, one of the rock rats. The other
Greatest,
one was
Greatest was jumping out from one planet to another.
To another, yeah. He went from one planet to another.
In an SRV?
In an SRV.
Yep.
Yes.
On a ship.
And they floated into a station too before.
Yes, it's actually on YouTube if you want to see
How
it.
long
I need to see this.
Forever.
It takes forever.
Many hours.
I've tried it on a friend's ship and gone up and tried to do, well, just tried to get as high as possible really, and I fell off at less than a kilometre. Couldn't stay on.
I've seen someone manage to get an SRV into a space station from the surface of the planet. But I've not seen someone SRV from 2 celestial bodies.
Yeah, that's on there. If you want, I'll try to find it.
And it's all buggy too. Like when he gets to the other planet, it's all messed up because it's not meant to be like that.
Wait, what?
Like the whole terrain and everything is all messed up, and you phase into the planet and stuff. It's all messy whenever you do it.
Yeah, probably because you haven't had the session change into Super Cruise and back out to put you in another instance.
Yeah.
I've heard if you find a really short jump between 2 systems and you sort of like spent ages super cruising from one to the other, you can get there, but because you haven't jumped in and changed instance, you can't interact with any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's not there because it hasn't been loaded in.
Because your jumps are actually just load screens, but very fancy ones.
And then the Thargoids mess it up.
Does Ed Discovery tell you if a planet is terraformable or not?
Yes, it does.
Where?
You have to have the other scanner as well. So if you just have the Discovery scanner, you're not going to know.
Oh no, I've already detail surface scanned it.
Yeah, it's saying Discovery is saying, and also Captain's log is saying that this is terraformable or not.
Yeah, I'll check in the system map. Okay, no,
you should be able to see it in.
Yeah, it's not in the system map. I was just wondering if needed whereabouts on Ed Discovery it was, but alas.
I'll show it to you in a minute. I will. I'm looking my last terraformable web in my logs.
I'm really sad. This is the first discovered system I've been in for like 50 jumps.
And that's what I like, Captain's log. There is an overlay, so I can see immediately that the planet which I was scanned is terraformable. And anyway, what kind of planet it is, and what kind of materials are there. If the planet is landable, immediately I see.
Yeah, well, in EDD you also get a green $sign, which will tell you right away that it's terraformable.
Right, I'm going to mute you all and watch this ridiculous video for a few moments.
Roger.
Did you send me a link?
I'm waiting for what system?
He said a link for the. It's in Enigma Expedition, and it's in the text chat channel.
Okay, hold on. 38 jumps left.
Got 50, but that's because I'm discovering ammonia worlds.
Yeah, I started off with 126.
Which is strange because I usually find less ammonia worlds than Earth-like worlds, but...
Yo, can you guys still hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh crap, I got dangerously close to that neutron. Shoot, I think I'm coming in too close. Pray for me, guys.
I'll think for you.
Warning, raging drive operating beyond safety limits.
You could always say a prayer to Lord Raven.
And the options of praying to infinity really doesn't do anything for you.
Man, I hate doing it.
To the one who was asking if where you can see if it's terraformable.
I think Astrocon is looking at that video right now.
Aye.
You'll know he's done whenever he does his noise thing. Oi, oi, oi.
Okay, it says according to this, while I have a FSD boost, I can go to Nova Aquila number 3 without refueling.
And how far from you is that?
How many light years did you get?
400. No, I don't think so.
4, 3, 2, 1.
How far is it?
Around 400.
You won't be able to make that in one jump.
No, it's saying I can do that without refueling.
Perhaps, yeah.
But that's because I have FSD boost, I don't know.
Yeah, that should, what's it, quadruple your jump range for one jump?
I think that's what it does, yeah.
It's mostly a 4 times multiplier, right?
That would be quadruple.
Yes.
I think the way they kind of write it down is your jump range plus 300%. Yeah.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, apparently, after like these few, like after the next few jumps, I should start getting into it. So I'm just doing one jump and all that. From my experience so far, I don't really need these heat sinks for neutron jumps.
You probably won't use them for neutron jumps unless you drop out in neutron space in the middle of the stream. Then you might want to have them.
Is your problem there?
And you also might want to have an AFMU fix in your windscreen at that point in time too.
This video is ridiculous. I am loving every second of it.
The Interstellar SRV.
How long is it?
That's amazing.
It's like an hour 45 minutes long. I was listening to their launch commentary, and that's just brilliant. I like it.
I was watching it online.
Ascon, look in the Discord chat. I put a screenshot there from where you can see it in e-discovery, Eddie.
Aha.
Oh, I lost
yes, I was in a system a second ago with a couple of
what channel is the video on?
If you look in Enigma,
you can see it in e-discovery. Ascon?
If you look in Enigma Expedition, chat, you go up a little bit, it says SRV planet hopping. Great test.
Ascon, have you found it in at ED Discovery?
Oof, I just slammed into a star.
Ah, alright.
Thank you, though. Yeah, I was wondering where it would provide that info, but it shoves it in a little hovery doofer as well, which is where I found it, where I was expecting it, actually. I was just unlucky in that the system I was checking in didn't have any terraformables. The last system I was in had a couple of HMCs that were terraformable candidates, so I could see there. But thank you, though.
Ah, yeah. Alright. It's all good.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I did actually just swap. I'm trying to use the Steam browser for all of this.
Well, I think I'm going to park the SRV and go eat dinner.
Enjoy dinner.
Alright, enjoy.
Enjoy dinner.
Finally found an ancient orb.
You found one?
Yep.
Nice.
Multiple water worlds again. Oh no, that's an HMC.
Man, I should just fly into a water world because I'm overheating.
Well, I just found a ringed one. I don't know if that's my first one or not.
I loved ringed landable bodies. Those are so cool.
Did have an amazing system once with 2 of them in a close-in orbit. It was brilliant.
Listen to a bit of Radio Sidewinder right now.
I'm still watching this video. I sped up the playback a little just so it doesn't take quite as long.
What's the damage threshold for module malfunctions?
70-ish, I think.
85? No, for it to malfunction, 85, I think.
Ooh, my FSD's getting low.
Freighting drive operating beyond safety limits. Freighting drive supercharged.
Too many neutrons.
Wait, what's malfunctioning?
I mean, it's not this. My FSD is currently at 89%.
Yeah, you might want to repair that soon. Dang it, I slammed into another planet again.
This should be a terraformable water world I'm about to do. Should be.
Is it in the habitable zone?
I only know a rough estimation of it. I never memorized the actual zones, but it's about 750 from
you can get an add-on for Edunk to tell you the habitable zones.
Oh,
yeah,
EDD does it.
I don't have EDD or anything.
Oh, okay.
You should fix that.
I think it is. I think this is an F-star.
How far along are you, Kilo?
Yes, this is terraformable.
Oh, congrats. Waterworld?
Yeah, so it's worth more than an Earth-like world.
Already out of heat sinks.
It'll be around 700,000.
For a terraformable water world, super useful.
For Kevin Costner. No?
Oh,
no.
man.
No joke. Okay.
I remember that movie where he was drinking his own pee.
What? What was that in the movie?
Yeah, he has his distillery thing, purifier thing, actually.
Oh, that's okay. I thought you meant actually drinking his pee.
No, he's not Bear Grylls.
Okay. That's okay then.
I'm off for tonight, then. See you around.
Good night.
Good night.
That should be off as well.
Good night.
There he is.
I'm hitting a lot more neutron stars in this trip than I did the last one.
Yeah, past the Scout A is where it's kind of where it meets for the neutron field. But if you go like 2,500 light years down or up, you'll hit neutron fields. It's more towards the core than Colonia, but we're still kind of going in that direction.
Warning, creation drive operating beyond safety limits. Creation drive supercharged.
Keeping an eye out for any planets that haven't been discovered yet.
I just watched a part of that SRV thing. That's funny. Too bad he couldn't land though.
It's funny because the people that made this game really underestimate what the kind of people that are going to play it. Especially things like when Sagae was discovered, Braben was saying it was going to take 4 months or something for somebody to go out there, and Zulu did it in 2.5 weeks.
They always do that. If you think about Minecraft, look at all the stuff that people figured out to do in Minecraft.
Bro, I found a neutron star that's surrounded by, like 200 planets and stars.
I think they made entire CPUs and calculators just work with just on and off switches. They made a 16-bit computer in Minecraft.
Yeah,
Wow.
I remember that.
His Java instance must have taken a real beating.
I don't care much for Java, but
No, but you need to, have it for, yeah.
oh yeah, I know. I just didn't care for it. I mean, yeah, I mean, I used it.
Pray for me again, or think for me. I don't care.
I do wish my exclusion zone visualization would stop vanishing.
Yeah, it does it when you're going too slow or something. I don't know. It's pretty annoying.
Remember the first time I went out to Colonia, or out here at all, and I guess it was before Colonia actually, the density of the stars starts to increase and it gets to where it's really bright.
Yeah.
Guys, I ran into a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting you know, frame shift jump can't. Oh wait, hold on. I done goofed. Hold on.
Did you do it, dumb?
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, what people usually notice is how many B stars there are once you get past Gaude, because there's just tons and tons of B stars everywhere.
Yeah, the first time I came out here, there was no Colonia.
B stars?
Yeah,
do they look
exploring.
like a bee?
No, but they're
No,
they're the bee.
Incredibly hot burning, but not quite as warm as O class.
Yeah, I went there to the El Prau Nebula too before Jacques was there.
Yeah, I've always been kind of a loner, so I just took off for months and months, just flying through space, scanning everything I could.
In fact, I think I was there maybe a week before Jacques hit there. Or at least when Jacques was discovered. Which that's another thing, is that somebody found out where Jacques was, and FDev wasn't prepared at all for that. They were going to do a whole story narrative thing and clues and have people try to figure it out.
Lost one that was heading out to Beagle Point?
Yeah, he was supposed to go to Beagle Point, and then he ended up in the El Prau.
Yeah, he had the middle function of the drive, and he just ended up there.
And they're out of hydrogen fuel, so...
Yeah, it was fun because how many these kind of things happened, like Sergei, like Jacques, like also like the first Guardian Ruins, which was just
that was
translated by Greatest also.
That was pretty funny how bad that went for them.
Well, it's just like, you know, somebody said earlier, they just don't, sometimes you misjudge what the players can do or what they're willing to do.
Yeah, there's also been a lot of things found just by data mining and just by leaks and just by a whole lot of not in-game stuff, of course.
I think they've kind of covered themselves not putting anything in there that before they actually try to do something big like the Guardians, because that one was really bad, that they had nothing prepared for it when the person discovered it. But I don't think they're gonna have that in the data even yet. They'll wait until they do their update for their server.
Still though, with certain assets like Shark or whatever, right after the patch, people data mine, and right after a patch, every asset is known. Because once you know how a game works, data mining is very easy.
Actually, it was a very unfortunate thing because they just didn't figure it out that somebody will triangulate by star clusters, you know, like star screen, the position of that ruins. So actually, if they are choosing on their trailers another ruin, actually maybe it's in the conflux or somewhere there, you know, close there. It wouldn't happen. So they that was the problem, that the missions on the Guardian ruins were so bugged because they had to very urgently put all the missions and data to the Guardian ruins because they just haven't estimated that somebody will find it that fast.
Yeah,
so they
sure, but the reason they found it that fast is because people just pull apart their game files, and then there's somewhere there's Guardian stuff in it.
No. Actually, do you know how it was found?
I don't mean the first ones especially, but that they're there. I mean, yeah, it's quite obvious from the game files if you pull them apart. I have no clue how those first ones were found though.
It has happened like that, when they hyped up that the new patch and they showed the picture about the Guardian ruins, greatest was triangulated by the star cluster above the on the picture, and they tried to find the place in exact place in the galaxy by triangulating by stars. And actually he was lucky, he found it, and everything has happened during an online stream for broadcast by Josh Hawkins.
Somebody should go visit Josh Hawkins wherever he is when they go out from Colonia to Seoul. They should stop by and see if they can find Josh.
I found him. I just came back. I met with him close to Sagae.
Oh, nice.
Who is Josh?
He's one of the YouTubers. He has a nice podcast.
Yeah.
He's been exploring for 2.5 years or something stupid like that.
I was out for 1.5.
Yeah, I was on for
crazy
for about a year and 3 or 4 months, and yeah, I was happy to be in the bubble back.
Yeah, the reason I didn't go back with him, I didn't start to go back with him to Colonia because I was coming from Colonia in that time.
Somebody could actually take repair limpets to him too.
In Ruin is 86%? No.
No, he's 40 now. Oh,
he's 40 now.
41. They did an update and it made it 41, I think.
Oh,
yeah, he's down to 40, yeah.
Well, I have a whole ton of repair limpets. But I'm probably not anywhere near him.
I think he's on the wrong side of Sagae from Colonia.
Yeah, but because I think he was hesitated that where to go, to Colonia or to go to the Big Annihilator, but I don't know. I think he just couldn't decide it.
Yeah, I think he should go to an asteroid base. I don't think it's that much further, is it? And it's closer to the bubble.
Yeah. Yeah, the original Josh Hawkins is there because he has another account, it's J Hawkins. That's what he's using now.
Is that where Hawkins Gap comes from?
No.
No.
Or did his name come from Hawkins Gap?
No, I think it's just his name.
Ah.
Guys, you know what? I think I'm gonna log off.
Yeah, sure. See you later.
See you later.
See you later.
Bye. I am 50 jumps out.
I'm 31.
Nice. Yeah, I was landed on a planet for about half an hour.
I'm down to 16.
I am 1 jump out.
I'm 33, but I started quite later than you.
I think it's discovered 3 ammonia worlds so far in this life. That's mostly what's slowing me down, because I had to go like 100,000 light seconds for one.
I really hope that in the future the dark side of a planet will be really a dark side and not automatically light up.
I don't think I've been to the dark side in the beta yet.
No, it doesn't do that in the beta yet.
Oh yeah, that's a lighting issue. They're gonna have to fix that quarter 4.
Yeah, incredibly, that's far away.
Maybe at the end of the year, maybe later.
I've only got a dozen more jumps. I didn't realize that until halfway here that I didn't have my neutron star set up.
Whoa. Wow, oh my god, this system.
Warning, temperature critical. Fuel scooping complete. Warning, taking heat damage.
Damn, I just jumped into a system where it has, 4 stars, but 2 of them. The one you jump into, you jump in right between 2, and they're really close. I immediately start taking heat damage.
I had the same a few days ago.
Yeah, I don't get how their new thing's supposed to work, because I was jumped 20 light seconds from a star just now, like about 10 jumps back, and the other star was like 90 light seconds away. So I was like, how am I in danger in this binary? And then, like you said, other ones you jump right next to the 2 stars that are like 10 light seconds apart.
Yeah, literally, this particular one, I jumped right in between them. So I'm looking at my HUD, and there's star to the left and to the right, and a very narrow canyon in between. If I'd have kept going straight on, I'd have burned up. I had to pull up and get back out.
Ooh, my current assets are more than 500 million. Woo. For me, that's the most I've ever had.
Nice, congrats.
Yeah, for me too. That's a lot. I you know, for all the time I played this game, I've pretty much been a casual player, and so I'm just amazed at some of these people that have billions.
Yeah, same here.
That's me. Half the billion. 2.6 right now. I don't know what my assets are. It's a lot more though.
It's in the statistics page.
I have... Where is it?
Under
here
finance.
it is. The top of it. 5.2 billion assets.
You got a lot of ships though, don't you? Don't you use ships for storage?
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yeah, I have probably like 26 ships.
How do you use a ship for storage?
You just put modules in it, and then you leave it there.
That's how he stores his modules.
Huh.
You dump the ones that come with the ship, and you have some space for your other modules.
And you can actually call your modules to you instead of having them at the station.
Well, my ships are at my home systems, like in Colonia in the bubble, so...
You could transfer the whole ship if you wanted, yeah.
Yeah, you could do that too.
You can't transfer modules, right? Or can you?
You can't transfer modules fitted to the ship, but you can transfer modules in your storage, or you could transfer the whole ship if you had a storage ship.
Alright. You can't make a ship complete, can't you?
Yeah. I mean, not core. You have to have something in the core, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, you can take out its FSD and then just save.
It would automatically replace it with the whatever E, 4E, 5E, whatever it is.
With the standard one, default one. My profits from exploration is 180 million.
Ooh, nice.
Wow. My total assets are only 802 million.
I'm chasing up behind you. I'm 140 million.
Are you?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that's the first time I've ever actually looked.
Yeah, I had no idea either. I know I'm somewhere near 50% on Pioneer, I think.
I'm at 37% Pioneer.
Oh, easily check. Oh, yeah, exactly
50% Pioneer.
You'll be elite after this is done.
Although I must admit, I think I got most of that driving SRVs rather than doing proper exploration.
I got most of my early exploration rank through a little economical jaunt I did, sort of straight upwards from the bubble before I got Horizons, and then Quint passenger VIP missions.
Yeah, didn't back in those days when you're talking about with the exploration, wasn't it much less reward then, or was it just the cash that was different?
It was significantly less reward.
In terms of explorer rank and cash, or just cash?
As far as I know, Explorer rank is tied to cash, so
it is.
Yes.
Ah, of course. That's why it records how much. Because when you get to a certain amount of money, then you're elite. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was a lower limit for elite back then, but lower credits for everything you scanned.
Yeah, it was 70 million or no, 7 million. I don't know exactly. I think 7 million.
7. Well, maybe 7 at the very beginning, but later on it was around 100 million for elite.
150 or something, I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I started, I went out, it was the 7 million barrier, and when I arrived back to the bubble to selling all my data, it was already after the patch, and I mean, it was easy to be. I was immediately elite.
I've gotten nearly 200 million from exploration profits.
Nice.
Nice.
I'm going to hazard a guess that 200 million is what I need to hit for exploration for elite.
No, it's
right
3.
Now? No, it's 3. More than that.
Is it?
300.
So I'm on 78% Pioneer.
I was just about to say, I've got 140 million here, and I'm on 50% Pioneer, so I would have thought...
Yeah, it's 300 million.
Unless...
No, I'm only on
50%.
Yeah.
That's weird, because I have 37 Pioneer and I have 174 million.
Unless it's adding the stuff
SRV.
from pre... what do you call it? The pre-exploration payment buff as well.
Oh. Well, don't you get exploration credit for driving SRVs as well?
I think
you do.
So.
You do.
And you don't make profit from that? Well, not directly.
I'm going to look up
So yeah, it's probably one metric of a few, then, I presume.
I've done like 8 megameters in SRVs.
That is many megameters.
Well, the only person I've compared it with went, I'll just have a look, and it was like, I've done 9. So I didn't know if it was all that much or not. It feels like a lot. I love SRVs.
It is 307 million.
There we go.
How many million?
307.
Yeah, 300.
Oh, alright.
Seems low, but okay, yeah.
Yeah, especially as I'm knocking on the door at 200, and I'm 78% elite. Elite, 78% pioneer even.
So I'm just checking. My highest payout system was 5,152,000 credit.
Nice.
Minus
The highest.
million.
Yes, so the highest payout for one system.
Minus 2.5 million for the highest payout of one system.
So who here is Explorer Elite? I guess Emergent is? Anyone else?
Yes.
I am.
Oh, okay.
I am.
Actually, I'm fucking proud that I was not doing any kind of road of riches.
Oh no,
Shit.
I didn't do any of that. I did it under the old system before we got the higher payouts.
Oh, wow.
I did like 3 Road to Riches things just to get some exploration data to sell to Sirius, so I didn't have to faff around doing missions for Marco Quent.
Okay, this is my first ammonia world discovered.
Yeah, good. Nice.
Congratulations, Commander.
Quick, sell it, because there's loads of other commanders going the same way.
Yes.
yeah. Just go and sell it.
How much does the Road to Riches yield?
The whole thing, a few hundred million.
Alright.
Holy crap. What does the Road of Riches yield? Mostly just expensive things to scan?
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, you can set up what you would like to, but you can set up that only terraformable high metal content worlds and Earth-like worlds and water worlds, and that's all.
I only want terraformable Earth-like or water worlds.
Earth-like is not terraformable.
Yeah, already is terraformed.
I just like the water worlds with the land masses, and then they're not terraformable or whatever, and you're like,
you know,
okay,
what I like a terraformable rocky.
Those are quite rare.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 5.
What I liked was when I got my Sol permit, I went to Sol and I went to Earth, and it came up as an Earth-like world. I thought that was a bit of a contradiction.
Well,
yeah, it's like
technically true.
Earth is quite an Earth-like world. Yeah.
But if you are going to Sol, even Mars is an Earth-like world.
Yeah, but if it is Earth, is it Earth-like? Because it's not like itself; it is itself. That's kind of how I was thinking about it.
Is Earth like Earth? Yes.
It's like it is now. Only I apparently am now underwater.
So you're saying it's a like Earth world?
And if you were thinking about your car, would you say that car is like my car? Yeah. Would you say my car is like my car?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think so.
It's a weird question, but it is. It's kind of redundant to ask, but yes, it is.
Yeah, I agree. If you were going to draw a Venn diagram, Earth would fit in the set of Earth-like worlds. So in that sense, it makes sense.
Actually,
a very Earth-like diagram.
No, actually, this situation is valid if you are losing your car in the parking lot of a Walmart.
Dude,
that looks like my car. Yeah, all right, I'll give you that.
I would just love to see the patch notes if they ever changed it. Earth-like world on Earth now change to Earth.
Yeah. Or Earth-like, and then duh behind it.
Be like, you could say Earth is world.
I think it would be nice, simply Earth, and that's all.
Call it Gaia.
Oh my!
All right, I have arrived. Oh my God, that black hole looks weird.
But is Gaia an Earth-like world?
You beat me there.
It's Gaia-like.
Well, there's no meetup place here, so what are we just gonna hang out?
I just flew to the crux, to the neutrons.
Somebody will anchor the instance, winging people in, and then it'll get a couple or a few people winging in. So you can get like 150 people in a space instance. It starts crashing and it's awful, but you can do it.
Yay, I found a water world.
Is Kevin Costner there, drinking his pee?
Yep, and together with Bear Grylls.
Hey, Zed is here.
You beat me by like 2 minutes.
I was gonna say, I thought I heard somebody buzzing around me.
Never mind about Skag.
Oh wow, this is an impressive system.
It really is.
Did anybody else do the detour that Greatest recommended for Waypoint 11?
No, I don't remember if I've been there or not, but I should go there on the way back.
Yeah, I stopped off there. It's pretty neat. The
Where are you guys now,
neutron
then?
star stood out. That was exceptionally cool.
Where are you guys now? Which amazing place?
We're talking about the collection of wonders with the giant star. Main star has a ring system, so the ring system on a normal star is like insanely big.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But Zed and I just popped into Waystation 12, the black hole. It's cool here too.
Yeah, I like the neutron star in that collection of world system because the rings are like really dark and it just looks more like a shadow than rings unless you get the light right behind them. Just this big black nothing around the neutron star.
I just posted the crux in the Discord.
Oh yeah, have you gone to the angle where it looks like a cross that he talks about in the forum?
Yeah, pretty much. You can see it pretty well.
I'm debating whether to click on it and spoil the surprise or wait till I get there myself. What should I do?
I don't know. It's up to you. The way I came in from the arrival point, I needed to maneuver a bit. So.
Yeah. Well, he did say that it's a specific angle. It looks like a cross. So yeah, I would have expected that.
Actually, there are 3 neutrons there you need to align.
Oh, so is it like a 3-dimensional cross, like an XYZ angle, rather than just a 2-dimensional?
Well, the 2 are parallel to each other, pretty much, at least from where I'm looking at them. And the other one is like tilted 90 degrees.
So you got to line those 2 that are parallel. You've got to go edge on so it just looks like one, and then the other one's going across it, or them.
And I don't know if that's possible. I need to see, because those 2 are, well, they look to be in the same plane, and the one that's horizontal to them, or vertical, depending on your angle, is behind them. So I don't think you can align those 2 parallel ones so that they overlap and still see the third one forming a cross. I don't know. I need to...
okay. Yeah, well, I think it would have to be exactly perpendicular for that to work. Otherwise, the cross one would be at an angle, I suppose, if you lined the other 2 up.
Yeah. Well, you'll see when you get there.
That's at waypoint 12, right? Where you guys are now? Or 11?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.